Hi guys, welcome to another video. I am once again walking my dog, and what I want to talk about today is emotional control. Now imagine this. Imagine if a war broke out between humans and robots. Think of like Terminator. Who would win and why? The obvious answer would be robots because, one might say they're stronger, they can survive better, they don't need food. But I believe it's for another reason. Because see, robots have their weaknesses too. They can't stand water, they can't stand electromagnetism. There's a lot of weaknesses, but their biggest advantage is lack of emotion. Is the fact that they don't feel. They do not have emotions like humans do. Because it's exactly that corrupts humans. Now, on one hand, we need emotions, we need feelings to actually enjoy life. But on the other hand, it's the very thing that makes our life difficult. And the thing I want to learn you guys today, or at least advise you guys to do, is to control your emotions, because by controlling your emotions, you achieve the most effectiveness in your work and the most success in your life. Now I'll give you a few situations where you can see how controlling your emotions and not controlling your emotions could affect the outcome. Now imagine you are working on your job, for example, and you're building a marketing campaign. If you're emotional, you will be affected by rising and falling down of the numbers. If the numbers are going up, you have more sales, you think that the campaign is going great. Even though the numbers might be a little off, but you think they're going great because you're emotional about it. And you get on a high and you think that you can do everything, and then you make mistakes. Now, on the other hand, when you start a campaign, it might be going wrong. You might not get any sales. And so you feel depressed, even though it's just a start. And there is no reason to feel depressed about, but you feel depressed because you have no sales. And so those emotions affect your decisions. And the decisions you make on an emotional basis are usually not the best decisions you can ever make. Now, another more common example would be arguments. Imagine you have an argument with your parents, or maybe with your friend. What 99% of people do is when they have an argument, they need to prove that they are right. Okay, it's their inner feeling. It's not the fact that it's better overall. It's not because it's the right thing to do. No, they have the inner feeling that they got to prove the other guy wrong. And so what ends up happening is there is an argument and there is maybe a fight, and you start screaming at each other because you so desperately want to prove the other guy wrong. When in reality, it's all just waste of energy. Because the right decision would be to calm yourself down, control your emotions, and look at the facts, okay? And then you'll see that maybe you are wrong and you should just shut up, or maybe the other guy is wrong, but you'll realize that it's impossible to convince him that he is so. So it's better to just stop and go away. Okay, that's another situation where your emotions can badly affect the outcome. Now, how do you actually come down to controlling your emotions? Now, the easiest way to control your emotions, in my experience, would be... Oh, 1 second, my dog is here. 1 second. Duda? Yeah, here's my dog. Duda? Duda? Oh, yes. Okay, so the easiest way to control emotions, in my opinion, would be leading I'd call it a stable lifestyle. What does it mean and why stable lifestyle? Well, when you are on a routine, and it's a healthy routine, on a healthy routine, I mean a daily routine where you get enough of sleep, enough of exercise, and enough of rest. What happens is your mind becomes clear. You can think clearer. And it's that thinking clearer that allows you to overcome your emotions. When you, for example, and the opposite of it, when you drink a lot, when you eat a lot of sugars and you sleep bad, what happens is your mind becomes weak. It becomes unclear because it hasn't rested enough. Okay, you are in in like a state of inconsistency. You know, you're not the perfect version of yourself, because it is only the perfect version of yourself that can control your emotions. Okay, and so when you are in that unperfect state, the emotions take over. But if, as I said, you embrace the routine, you embrace the healthy lifestyle, meaning that you sleep enough, you eat healthy, you exercise, and stuff like that, what happens is your mind becomes clear, and in a sense you become smarter, because you can think clearer. And when you can think clearer, when you are smarter, you are able to control your emotions. You are able, with your mind, to overcome your feelings and emotions and desires for a better cause. So it's important for you guys, if you want to learn to control your emotions, is to start by cleaning up your mind, so to say. Start by making sure your body and your mind can work properly, so that you can think smarter and better, and so that you can control your emotions. Okay. But the catch is here. The catch here is that this is the way I found it, and I personally haven't perfected it. It's just something that worked for me. Maybe you can find another way, but I'm sure that drinking and sleeping bad is not the way to controlling your emotions. Another important thing, and this is like a step 2 up. Once you get a healthy lifestyle, once you get a healthy routine, and your mind is clean, the next step is certain habits and education, proper education, that can help you to understand yourself better. Now, what I mean by that is habits like meditation, habits like journaling. Those habits will allow you to clean up your mind of the negative thoughts, or maybe even positive thoughts. Okay, for example, if you had a very stressful day, a lot of bad things happens, your mind is not exactly clear, because there's a lot of negativity, a lot of negative thoughts in your mind. So what you need to do is you need to take a notebook and write all of them down. That way you kind of dump all the thoughts on your paper, and your mind becomes clean again, and you can think better, you can think sharper. The other is meditation. Meditation is, I call it, is, you know, like, imagine if your mind was your bicep, and you want to get your bicep stronger. So what do? You do bicep curls. Well, meditation is the same thing, but for the mind. Okay, if you want to learn to concentrate, if you want to learn to keep that clear feeling in that if you want to learn to keep your mind clear for longer, what you need to do is you need to meditate, and you should do that regularly, because what happens then is, as you train your brain, you can hold your concentration for longer and longer, and the longer you can concentrate, the longer you can keep your mind clear, the better you can control your emotions. And then that's the part of like the training, and then the second part is the education, as I said earlier. And by education I mean certain books that might help you understanding what we call the mind control. So books that might help you to understand your nature and other people's nature and the human nature in general, so that when your mind is clear, you have certain knowledge to use, you have certain ammunition, certain weapons, so to say, to use against your opponents in, for example, a conversation. Imagine if you have an argument, but this time your mind is clear, and not only isn't clear, you also have some knowledge. You understand how other people think, you understand how you think. What you can do is you don't even need to win over the argument. You know what you need to do to make sure that the outcome is in your favor. A big one, for example, the one I learned when I read the book The 50 Laws of Power. Big one is taking the other party perspective. You know, for example, if you have an argument about, say, some political stuff, now you might be liberal or you might be conservative, but in reality you don't really give a fuck. Okay, like people like to complain about it, but in reality it doesn't really touch you that much. And so if in an argument with a party that you know will not give up its stand, what you can do is you can simply choose their side. You can act like, for example, if I'm conservative and the other party is liberal, you can act like you're liberal as well. And then what happens is, because you're both kind of on the same side, there cannot be an argument, and so the argument goes down and there is no fight and there is no argument. So this is like a quick life hack, something I learned. The reason I'm saying is just to give you an example that from education, from reading books, from learning stuff about your mind, about your nature, you can learn certain things that will help you in your life, will help you in conversations with other people. Well, anyways, I think that was it for this week. Hope you guys liked this video, and yeah, I see you guys in the next one. Here's my dog. Bye.